You're listening to Heroes in the Moment. What's up, heroes? I'm Michael.
And I'm Nathan.
And today we're doing our weekly recap number 51.
51, baby.
51. So
51.
today we don't have a lot of news today, but we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
But then
we got something saucy planned for y'all.
Special.
Yeah, real special.
Special. But
y'all been waiting for
you've
this.
been waiting. You've been anticipating this. And we'll get to that in a second. So news-wise, to start us off, we got The Batman Part 2 is scheduled, oddly scheduled during the strike, set to begin filming in the fall, November.
W. I mean, either maybe they know something we don't about when the strike is going to end, or they're just going ahead and doing it.
Good.
I don't know.
Maybe they're not under the parameters of the strike. Matt Reeves and his unit. I don't know. They probably are.
It's still going to take like 2 or 3 years for the movie to come out.
I want 2025 release date.
I know, man.
I want that.
But hey, I think this is great news.
It's great. I mean, I love Matt Reeves and love the universe. I'm excited to see it expanded into Batman Part 2. So that's good news to me.
Dude.
Next up is we got in Star Wars news, the original Lando series that was originally teased a couple years ago, starring Donald Glover, is now set to be a feature film. What do you think about that?
So Michael, whenever we're talking about a show and we're like, dude, this would have worked so much better as a movie, like Obi-Wan. Yeah, I feel like this is the reverse of that.
I know. Well, to me, I'm like, okay, that's fine. But the fact that they're considering making Lando a film and not Obi-Wan.
Like, dude, I might be the only one, but I have not heard any hype or interest around this.
Not at all.
I feel like Disney is trying to focus on stuff that people don't want. Like, give us what we want.
Isn't that concerning that they're willing to, Kathleen Kennedy is willing to make Lando a movie and then not Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
I'm like, why?
Could it be for inclusion?
I don't think so.
I mean, Obi-Wan he did get a show, but it's like, I don't know. First of all, there's not a lot of hype, so I feel like if this was going to be a project, just keep it as a show. And if people want to watch it on Disney Plus, fine. But making it like a full-length feature film,
that's gonna be. It just makes me
think about Star Wars movies, dude. Like the more Star Wars movies you make, like the more diluted they become. Like the magic is in the originals, the prequels, right? And then Disney comes along and makes their trilogy. It's like, I wish they would retcon it, but they're not. And then now they're making more. It's like, okay, we don't care about this.
They just gotta work it out, because to me, it's just the reason that makes me mad is because of Obi-Wan. Because I'm just thinking, like, how would that have been as a feature film? It would have been great. So
I know, dude.
It's just it deserved that. And it just didn't get it. So that just makes me upset that they're doing this now. So, all right. So over in Marvel, we got to look at concepts of John Krasinski's Mr. Fantastic suits that they were planning possibly to do with Doctor Strange: The Multiverse of Madness. And what can I say? They look great.
Awesome. They look killer.
I wish there was like a different version of this movie that has each version of the suit, because
it was 4 different suits, right?
And it was so cool. You got the white one with the the look, and then the blue, the white, the comic accurate stuff. And I think they went with is really good and comic accurate stuff.
I mean the
black
blue and black
and stuff. I think that was
I
a
like
good
that
suit.
One. It worked.
But just this makes me want, I wish John Krasinski was going to be our Mr. Fantastic so bad.
Me too, dude.
Man, he'd be so good. Watch him just come back and be like,
just let him direct it, dude. He would kill it.
They've already got directed.
Just give him creative control, but they got.
He'd be such a good Mr. Fantastic, and I just think it's unfortunate that we're not going to get that. In my opinion, I'm so sad.
So I don't know why they're releasing these pictures, man. It just it hurts us
curious.
even more.
I'm wondering if the whole Adam Driver theories and Matt Smith stuff is all just like to get the movie hyped and questioned, and then they're like, it's John Krasinski the whole time.
Imagine. It plays like a bunch of fools, Michael.
Oh, no. And then it's Emily Blunt, too. Like, whoa. Even though Vanessa Kirby, I'm pretty sure, is already confirmed. But
she is pretty much all but confirmed.
Man, unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, now.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll going on. All right.
We are going to do something incredible.
So a couple of weeks on our news, we teased a potential ranking.
A potential
we teased, and y'all thought we were joking.
Y'all thought we were joking. We were not.
Y'all said there is no way y'all could even consider doing that.
We're serious.
We're dead serious.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. And ladies and gentlemen, today, Michael and I, we are presenting our top 10 color tier list.
10 colors right here.
We weren't joking.
Right
what can I say?
You thought we were kidding when we were debating about it a couple weeks ago. We were not.
Point is, we feel like we got a pretty good list, and
it's the list.
It's the list, but we want to know if y'all agree. Anyway,
we do. Do you think that this color is number 1? Do you think this color is number 10?
Exactly.
Where do you think yours should lie?
Yeah, and how's it tied in with the Roman Empire?
Exactly, because
they wore red.
They wore red. They invented colors.
Gray, yeah.
Before this, it was black and white.
And then the Romans came along and really reinvented the whole scheme.
Exactly. this is where it comes in. It's crucial. All right, so top 10 colors.
You start us off, Michael.
As a little bit of a what do you call it?
Like a not like a prelude,
like
an intro.
Not like an intro, but like a.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for a word. You know what? You're on the same mindset.
Yeah.
Like
I know what you're thinking, but I don't know what word you're thinking.
Let's just start go into it. So there's going to be some colors that did not make the list. We are doing the
like a little side note.
A side note, sure.
Yeah.
There's 10 colors, like a fancy word I was aiming for, but I couldn't think of it. But anyway. Okay. There's 10 colors. We chose like the 10 core colors, like the main ones. So we didn't include gray. We didn't include gold, silver. Some of those, violet, maroon. Some of those colors we did not include, but we included the 10 what we think are the main colors. You have your primaries, your secondary, those colors that are in there.
I feel like it's discrimination to the secondary colors because in my eyes they're just as important as the primary.
Well, maroon and violet and all those would be tertiary.
Yeah, because they branch off of what's branched off of the mains.
So, all I can say is we're going to get into it.
So give us your number 10, Michael.
I'll start off with number 10.
Dude, I'm ready.
Controversial.
Honestly, I'm ready.
No, it's not going to be controversial. I don't think. So number 10. I got brown.
100% agree on this one.
It's brown.
It's brown, dude.
Brown is dull.
It's like what you throw everything in.
And honestly, brown isn't even, it's not a secondary or a primary. It's all the colors wrapped together.
Yeah, just combined.
It's just all the colors combined.
Like poop.
And it's poop. It's all this stuff. Yes, brown gives us some cool stuff. Like, a lot of furniture's brown and a lot of like door paneling's brown. Yeah. Trees are brown.
But it's just meant to not be noticed.
Exactly.
It's the point of the color.
That's exactly right. Is the colors meant to blend in, and that's why it's got to be 10, right?
I 100% agree. I also have brown at number 10. For the longest time, I have been the biggest brown hater you will ever find. Like you said, it's just what you throw everything else into.
Which is weird because we both have brown hair.
Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of white males have either that or like blonde, I guess. But yeah, like you said, like our hair, it doesn't stand out. It's normal.
It just blends in.
It is brown. So brown, in my opinion, is probably number 10. Honestly, if we're including like gray, I'd probably put gray above.
I would definitely put gray above brown.
Yeah, like, gray's a cool color.
It's a home color, right? It's modern.
Yeah, I think of like Zach's furniture. When I think of gray.
I do. I think of stuff like
that. And green.
Right, absolutely. All right, number 9. I've got yellow. All right, listen, this may be controversial.
No, I don't think that's controversial.
Because I know a lot of you people out there may be yellow lovers. One of my best friend's favorite color is yellow.
No, it's not. There's no way.
There is. So I understand. All right, the yellow is the sun. Yellow means joy. Yellow is all this. But to me, yellow is just bright and ugly in a lot of ways. I mean, there's potential. There's some yellows that I like. I think yellow does remind me of spring and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
But to me, it just doesn't give what it should give. So 9.
Listen, man, I totally agree because I also have yellow at number 9. When I think of yellow, I kind of think of like your pee, like when you're not hydrated enough. Like you said, like the only good association I have with it is the sun. Pretty much. Right. I'm in comics, like a lot of characters, a lot of yellow here are yellow, but it's like it's so bright and it just hits you like it's like a neon color that isn't neon. It's just bright, obnoxious, and in your face.
Right.
And I would never go out of my way to choose something that is yellow.
Right.
I agree. I just think I don't think it's controversial.
I've never wore a yellow shirt, never will.
To be honest, I think I've worn a yellow shirt a handful of times.
I've never worn a yellow shirt.
I don't own anything yellow.
I don't own anything yellow. Nope. Just don't do it. I own brown stuff though, which is oddly enough.
Yeah,
so maybe
I should switch brown fits in like with your wardrobe, but yellow doesn't. It's an ugly color.
Yep. So at number 8, this one's controversial. Okay. I got white. White. Hey, listen. Okay. White it's one of those colors that it's very it absorbs all the colors, right? It absorbs everything. White's very common, especially in homes or whatever, cups. A lot of different things on white because it's a good base color. However, I feel like the purpose of white is just to bring out the rest, right?
Exactly.
So it just brings it out.
It's meant to highlight.
I do own some white clothing and stuff like that. I think white's a good clothing. However, it's plain, right?
It is very plain.
When you wear it, you just feel plain. It's designed to bring out color, even though it takes in the color, absorbs it. It still brings it out. So to me, white's 8.
Listen, man, at my number 8. Believe it or not, I also have white.
Oh wow! Okay,
so first of all, let me just say I'm wearing a white shirt right now. Like it's like a Hanes white undershirt. It's extremely comfy. But like you said, like there's nothing that stands out about white.
Right.
It's kind of just like for pure convenience. Like it's made to look other pieces look good in your home. It's made to look other pieces that you wear look good. Like you said, it absorbs everything. It's not a bad color, but like you said, it's just it's not putting up big numbers like the rest of the colors are.
Agree. I agree.
So honestly, I think white at 8 is perfectly fine.
I agree. At number 7, I have orange. Now listen, there's certain elements, like I'm a Tennessee fan. I like orange. I like Tennessee orange. I like the sunset, that kind of orange, that kind of look, that kind of vibe I think is pretty. But then you got your other oranges that are just like bright and in your face and like, you know, it kind of reminds me of like clowns. I don't know, like they wear a lot of orange and a lot of other elements of orange I don't like as much. I mean, it's fire, but I mean, like literally fire is often orange and stuff, but it just doesn't resonate with me as well as some of these other colors. So I have it at 7.
Okay. I think that's totally fair. To be honest, I feel bad at putting this color at 7, but I don't know where else to put it. But I'm putting black. Let me preface by saying like black is probably my favorite color to wear.
Yeah,
it's the most slimming color to wear. I think black looks good on anybody.
Yeah,
but black is just like the absence of light. So similar to white, like it just. It's just not there. Like when you wear a black piece, it's not really, you know, like accentuated. I don't know, man. I just feel like it's just black.
Yeah,
I know it's good, but it's not. Yeah, it's not your red. It's not a purple. It's not a blue.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. At number 6, I have pink. Now this one, I mean, traditionally, I mean, pink is a great color. It's grown on me. When you're a little kid, when you're a boy and you're a little kid, you're like, ooh, pink. That's you know, girls. 10. You know, it's a girl color. No, it's not. Pink is a classic. It's a good color. I have some pink shirts. I like pink. I think it's a real man wears pink, right? As you've heard. And also, I was wrong in my original statement. Black absorbs color. White repels color. I said the opposite. I did not mean it like I meant it. White repels.
White repels.
Back to the pink discussion.
And white also shows all the dirt and stuff. That's like when you step on it. I forgot to say it, but that's why white is down there. True, you see everything. You cannot get white dirty.
Yes, I agree. All right, back to pink. So pink, it's a fun color. I think it's very underrated. However, I just don't. Some of these other colors, it just doesn't compare. To me anyway, and that's why pink is 6.
I think that's solid. Listen, Michael, my number 6. I know you're a huge fan of this, but personally, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. Number 6, I'm going green. So let me just preface by saying the right shade of green is, in my opinion, a top 3 color. I think the problem with green is that the different shades of green are probably the worst. Like, say, that Grogu shade, I hate that light, like mint green. And then, like, the really dark green, I think is disgusting. Talk about, like, the shade of grass or, like, leaves. Beautiful. Yeah. I love it. And that's why it's this high. But there's so many variations of green that I think are terrible. Like, with blue, there's not a lot of bad blue variations. At least in my opinion, or red even, but green variations are nasty. So I'm putting green at number 6.
Okay, that's an interesting take, but okay.
See, I told you, I gave you.
All right, at number 5, I have black, and again, a lot of the same reasons. I think black's a cool color. I like it. I like its look in like a lot of homes and different things, and the way it does, and it brings out a lot. Like you said, it's a really good clothes to wear because black goes with everything. That's another reason why it's number 5 is it pairs with any color. Yeah, and I think it's like the only white kind of does, but white brings it out. Black, it kind of hides it a little bit more. So I think black is a little bit more helping with that. So I like black, so I have it at 5.
All right, starting my number 5, I'm going with orange. So orange is probably the color that's grown on me in the last couple of years. And it's not because I'm a Florida Gators fan. I mean, we've always had orange, and it's a cool color, but I don't feel like there's too many different variations of it. I know you said it reminds you of a clown. I personally don't have that association, but I have an orange base. I have some orange clothes. I do think orange clothes look bad on people, to be honest. I think it's a hard color, especially like if you're white, it just doesn't blend with your skin. But I think the perfect shade of orange is absolutely beautiful. Yeah. And I don't know. Like I said, it's something you wouldn't really wear, and it's not something you'd like put in your house.
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
But I find it very, very visually attractive, and I couldn't tell you why.
Okay.
So, like I said, like Tennessee orange is beautiful. I love Florida orange. I think it's beautiful. I haven't met an orange I didn't like. So
okay.
I'm putting it at number 5.
Coming in number 4, I've got purple. I love purple. That's purple's a good color. Purple, I mean, it's royalty. It's honestly, I think purple kind of it's like a comfort color.
Yeah.
Right. It's very comforting, very much. It's not a color you put in your home.
Yeah.
That's one thing that's kind of hinders me from making it higher. It also kind of reminds me of Thanos' face, which, it's not the best association.
Wrinkles.
However, there's other purples that are just really good. And, a lot of purples remind me like royalty or just, comfort. A lot of colors are beautiful. Then there's some other colors that are just not as beautiful too, that are purple, but majority of purples are. So I have purple at 4.
All right, my number 4, and I do think this is also controversial, but I'm going red.
Wow.
Yeah, so red, man, red's an absolute killer. I think it should be top 5 on any list. Any variation is good. Maroon, bright red, even like light red, I think is good. I think red is probably, besides yellow, the most obnoxious color, though. I think it's bold, it's bright, and with red, you're making a statement.
Yeah.
I know red, it makes people more confident. I know, apparently, according to studies, like red makes people hungry.
It does.
That's
red
why
and yellow
McDonald's, uses red to get people, and then yellow to make people leave. So, I don't know. I'm going with red at number 4.
Okay, all right. Bringing in the top 3.
Let's go,
top
baby.
3. Number 3. I got blue.
Okay.
Right. Blue, I probably have the most clothes in blue.
Yeah.
I think just blue fits with my personal skin tone the best. And then blue in general is it's fun. I mean, it's the most common color.
Yeah.
You got your sky, you got your oceans, some oceans aren't blue, but majority, like from the outlook.
They should be.
They should be blue. But it's the most common, and it's got so much going for it. It can be sad though, representative of that, but it can also be representative
like
it can also be representative of like nice. And there's probably the most variations of blue, right? There's so many. There's baby, there's navy, there's royal, there's I could keep going, right?
Like teal
and all this stuff. There's so many different variations of blue, and just blue's a classic color. I know it's number 1 on many people's list, but on mine it is 3.
All right, I respect it. And my number 3, I'm going purple. Kind of like you said already, man. Purple has so many good shades.
Oh yeah,
I think light purple works great. I think that's what most people wear. You don't see a lot of people wearing dark purple,
no,
except for like royalty. And obviously, it's a classic color for that reason. Like civilizations throughout history have always like symbolized purple as like a symbol of wealth and status.
Absolutely,
it's beautiful. I think it's possibly like one of the richest colors. Like it just has a rich and fullness to it that some of the other colors don't. I think it's gorgeous. I think all the different shades work. Like you said, you're not gonna see it lying around in a house. You're not gonna see it on any furniture. Your plates, your silverware aren't gonna be purple, but
not typically.
It is beautiful. So I'm putting it at number 3.
Okay. At number 2, bringing in the top 2, I've got red, and I love red. I mean, it reminds me of so many different things. Red is also a very common color. It's something that a lot of people resonate well with. It reminds me, also it can be associated with anger, but I also think it can be associated with leadership as well. I think it could be, a top dog. It's often seen as the alpha color.
Yeah, the Roman Empire.
Right. The Roman Empire is red in my brain.
Red. It's red,
right? History is red and all these stuff, like your subjects and stuff. Blood, it also represents
the Flash.
Flash, my favorite character, right? Iron Man, as well.
Both red.
I really like red, so I have it at 2. And also like with red, also what was a Christmas, right? Also it's a Christmas color, so it reminds me of that as well. I like red too.
Also, I will die on the hill that red and green as Christmas colors don't work.
That's a bad.
I don't think
take.
they blend well.
That's
I don't
a bad
think they
take.
do. They clash. But number 2, I'm going pink. Listen, I know this is controversial. Pink at number 2. Dude, pink is a killer color. Like you said, man, us boys grow up and we think that it's a girl's color. Yeah. Maybe that's why I like it so much, because I feel like no one taught me to like pink. Like I kind of discovered it by myself.
Right.
If that makes any sense.
Sure.
I think it's gorgeous. I think it just radiates. I don't know. I think of happiness and joy when I see pink.
Okay.
You don't see many like mad people wearing pink.
No.
All the shades are beautiful. I love probably like lighter pink is my favorite, but dark pink, ooh, it's gorgeous too. And like you said,
Barbie.
Barbie. Oh, dude, that shade of pink, perfect. It stands out, but it's not obnoxious, but it still radiates like happiness. So I'm putting at number 2.
Okay. Coming in at number 1, I've got green, right? I love green. I love every shade of green in my personal opinion. I think it's great. It's the second most common color you see with grass, with the trees, with the plants, the earth. It reminds me of earth. A lot of people establish it with like grossness, but it can also be established with earth, or growth. And stuff like that. I think it's just a great color. It's a classic color. It's a great color to wear. I mean, you wouldn't have it necessarily in your home, but except, I mean, you could. I mean, you could have a color like a couch screen.
Yeah,
or,
couch. You know, like light green, like green, see it all the time.
You know, absolutely. So I just think green is just a great color. So I'm at number 1.
My number 1, I'm going blue. I absolutely love blue. It's always been my favorite. Like you said, we see it everywhere. The sky, that beautiful light blue. Like you said, so many shades. The only shades I really don't like is navy, and that's not even bad. I love teal. I love light blue. I love like a darker shade of blue.
Yeah.
I think it's impossible to go wrong. It's rich. I think it's probably the second richest, maybe, or third after red and purple. But to me, when I see blue, I think of kind of just peace, to be honest. Like every time, like the ocean, I think that brings peace. The sky, you think nature, you think calming.
Yeah.
Just thoughts. So peace, serenity, that's what I think. So I'm putting blue at number 1, baby.
Okay. So that is our top 10 colors. These are the colors. This is the objective list there. Is the opinion. So like, let me think for a second. So blue's the most common. Green's the second most common color. What's the third?
It has to be red.
You think it's red?
It has to be red.
Or do you think it's yellow?
I mean, no, it's yellow as top 3.
You got the sun, you got the, all kinds of different things.
All there is a sun. It has to be red. Like, there's not a lot of red around us, but as far as like logos and clothes,
true. A lot of red.
I think red had
probably number 3.
Fire has
plus
to
like
be there.
Your lips and your things like that. Tongue or red. Or like,
obviously, you don't see a lot of orange. You don't see a ton of yellow. Obviously, black and white are in the same category.
Yes.
And then brown's everywhere, but no one just pays attention.
That's
to
true.
It.
That is true too. So All right, so that's our top 10 colors.
All right, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, let us know by giving us a review and a download. Our podcast, Here's in the Moment, is available on all major podcast platforms, so check it out. If you want to stay up to date with our social media, head over to our Instagram at Heroes in the Moment.
And we just want to thank you all for listening, and as always, we love you 3000.